Page 58. We buried my father on October 29th, 1972. In his eulogy, the Reverend Jesse L. Jackson reminded us that no grave could hold this man down. More than 2,500 mourners watched as 6 former athletes, Boston Celtics star Bill Russell, and Dodger teammates Don Newcomb, Joe Black, Junior Gilliam, Pee Wee Reese, and Ralph Branca, carried my father's silver-blue coffin, draped in red roses, out of New York City's Riverside Church. After the service, people lined the streets to pay their final respects as Dad's casket passed through Harlem on its way to the Cypress Hills Cemetery in Brooklyn. It was one of the saddest days of my life. It took years for the pain and sense of loss to dull, but Dad would have expected us to stay in the game of life and to meet each challenge with strength and compassion. That's been my promise to him. In 2002, my son Jesse helped pay tribute to my dad as part of the Major League Baseball's Memorial Moments campaign. At the 73rd All-Star Game in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, my son reenacted my father's first moments as a Major League player. Jesse, wearing a replica of my dad's famous number 42 Dodgers uniform, stepped across first base, paused, hands resting on bent knees, eyes serious. At 24, he was 5 years younger than his grandfather had been when he broke baseball's color barrier. As the announcer played out the dramatization, he introduced my son to 43,000 cheering fans. Mom and I sat proudly, watching from the baseball commissioner's box, as Jesse, who was 2 generations removed from the moment, accepted this profound yet brief connection to his grandfather. We'd raised my son with stories and pictures of my dad's achievement, but at the same time stressed the importance of defining your own life on your own terms. As we observed the confidence Jesse displayed that evening, we knew how far he'd come toward creating an identity separate and distinct from his grandfather. And that's the challenge. It's taken me many years to understand and celebrate the fullness of my legacy. In achieving understanding, however, I've been both inspired and given a sense of direction that's enhanced who I am. At the same time, I've had the freedom to create a life of my own. Turn the page. Each year, children across the United States select Jackie Robinson for their National History Day projects. And through their exploration of the man, they, too, adopt a piece of him into their lives. In Major League Baseball ballparks across the country, my father's number 42 is retired and proudly displayed along the outfield walls as a lifelong symbol of his legacy. Across the country, there are organizations, programs, schools, parks, community centers, and other facilities that bear my father's name. But perhaps our most significant family legacy is the Jackie Robinson Foundation. It was founded by Mom and several close friends in 1973, the year after Dad died. Through the Jackie Robinson Foundation, we strengthen young people by providing them education and leadership development opportunities, with the expectation that the path selected by each student will include giving back to their communities. More than 30 years after his death, Jackie Robinson Foundation scholars remain a living tribute to my father. Today, 1,000 graduates of the program are in the world making significant contributions to the fields of their choice. Each graduate is unique and special. Each understands that family and career are only part of their work as an adult. They've all been trained that volunteerism is a lifelong commitment and that they must remain engaged and active in an ever-changing world. Below is a picture of the students and alumni of the Jackie Robinson Foundation. Turn to page 63. And so, the ranks of dedicated young leaders and followers committed to building a vibrant, productive, and richly diverse world are growing. The steps to forming such a society begins in childhood. It starts with making a promise to yourself, your family, and your community to be the best you can be so that when you're presented with the opportunity to lead, you'll be ready to assume your role. Many years have passed since my father died. I still miss him terribly. but have found ways to continue to celebrate his life. Dad kept his promise to America, yet the struggle for equality continues. It is my hope that future generations will embrace the challenges of global society and find creative ways to challenge systems that are unjust. Below is a picture of Michael Jordan in 2001 receiving the Roby Humanitarian Award. Take a moment to read the captions on the left. On page 63, the caption reads, "Through their words and actions, my parents taught me the importance of keeping promises."